role of media is crucial for sharing information, formation of public opinion and reaching policymakers. Biodiversity research is of little use if nobody ever hears of it. And as the biodiversity crisis deepens, scientists feel more and more pressure to get into the media game alongside professional journalists. In this short video, I will discuss what is represented by the media and from which perspective, how does it affect our perceptions. Right now, the climate gets several times more coverage than biodiversity. While most of the public can name at least some endangered animals, it is still relatively unknown what the wider effects of biodiversity loss are and just how bad the situation is. To put it nicely, there is much room for improvement. The problem with any environmental crisis is it tends to happen slowly on the scale of the news cycle, even though it's lightning fast on planetary terms. It is difficult for media to message anything gradual and ongoing. For example, a species heading towards extinction is not really news, but when it goes extinct, that is. The start of a new conservation project is news, but whether the project is successful several years later is not. Coverage in the media thus ends up missing important context. The sheer scale of a crisis is also difficult to communicate when it's formatted as just another news item. News media, of course, can communicate a massive crisis, as we have seen in the case of COVID-19, by having the topic continuously on the front page or top of the page and updated daily. However, there seems to be only one crisis going on at a time, while all the others disappear from the public mind. This is a real problem, as we now have several going on at once. Despite these challenges, there are several ways to make a journalistically difficult topic, such as a biodiversity topic, into an interesting and widely read piece of news. Attempting this explains much of the perspectives media takes with biodiversity. Importantly, humans are not rational animals. Narratives and strong emotions catch our interest regardless of actual importance of the topic. A captivating story is read more likely than almost anything else. This explains why charismatic megafauna is massively overrepresented and why climate scientists are constantly asked these seemingly unnecessary personal questions, like how they feel about the latest reports or how it affects their lives. Being overrepresented, though, is not necessarily saving charismatic megafauna. According to some studies, their abundance in popular media actually gives a false impression of them being common. A minority of respondents in a questionnaire study actually knew lions and giraffes are endangered. A biodiversity story can produce many emotions. A well-written piece can invoke a sense of wonder and feelings of hope and optimism, but also sorrow, despair and sense of loss. Anger and conflict are powerful in that they bring action. Clicks, shares and comments, perhaps even calls to activism. Thus, there is a temptation to make any topic a societal controversy, to point out guilty parties. However, this requires some care. It can do more harm than good if it shifts blame to others and flames societal divide, instead of inspiring action to fix things. I have mostly talked about daily news here, as it's where many people get their impression on what is going on in the world and what is important. News is not the only kind of media, though, and not everything comes through news companies and their editors anymore. Social media is hugely important. In today's news cycle, much of the news spreads through Twitter first and is picked by journalists later. A scientist on Twitter or other social medias can have a massive impact, provided they have plenty of time in their hands, as social media can easily be a full-time job and can tolerate lots of harassment. Another way to give biodiversity more visibility in the media is to invest time and expertise into press releases. In the best cases, they are not only giving accurate information about research with some relevant context, but also providing journalists with those essential tools, stories and emotions.